Good morning. Today we are going to discuss about unilateral mistake. Okay, in the previous lecture we have seen bilateral mistake. Mistake as to matter of fact. If there is a bilateral mistake relating to matter of fact, then the agreement is void. Okay, that is mentioned in section 20, isn't it? Section 20, agreements void where both parties are under mistake as to matter of fact. Now we are discussing here section 22, that is contracts caused by mistake of one party as to matter of fact. One party as to matter of fact. A contract is not voidable merely because it was caused by one of the parties to it being under a mistake as to a matter of fact. Being under mistake as to matter of fact, and the mistake has been caused by only one party. The contract is not voidable. Means there is no option to cancel the contract. The contract is to be performed. You can't take it as a defense. Okay. Now we have seen that mistake of fact can be of two types, bilateral and unilateral. Bilateral mistake, if it is there, the agreement is void, and in a unilateral mistake you can't avoid it. You have to perform it. Okay. Now where in a contract, only one of the party is mistaken regarding the subject matter or in expressing or understanding the terms of the contract or the legal effect of the agreement, the mistake is unilateral mistake, because here only one person is under mistaken belief. And section 22 is clearly stating that the contract is not voidable. Means here the contract is to be performed. We'll take an example. I am a buyer. I come to your shop. You are a shopkeeper. You are owner of the shop. I purchase many things, many goods, and I am asking you show me the bill. Okay. Now you show the bill also. Okay. You are telling me 1,000. The total amount which I have to pay is 1,000. But by mistake I pay 2,000 to you. It is my mistake that I have given you the extra money. It is no mistake of yours, because you are telling it as 1,000 only. Here there is no coercion, no undue influence, no fraud, no misrepresentation, isn't it? No bilateral mistake also. So here it is my mistake. So I take away the goods by paying 2,000 rupees. You are searching for me to give back 1,000. But I am not found. I go home immediately. I go home, and when I see the bill, on the bill it is been mentioned as 1,000. Maybe you have also said 1,000, isn't it? I remember that. At that time I remember it. But I know that I have paid by mistake 2,000. I will come back to your shop. I will say, okay, cancel it, give my 2,000 back. No, law says it is your mistake. It is a mistake of one person only. That person has done, the shopkeeper has done nothing. No fraud, no undue influence, nothing. So the contract is to be performed here. At the most, what can happen? You have to give me my 1,000 back. Because the 1,000 rupees which I have given to you is under mistake. Therefore, you have to give it to me back. And here the agreement, the contract will be performed. I can't say cancel it. It is void. No, law says it is valid because it is mistake of one person only. Okay. Therefore, unilateral mistake, if it is there in a contract, the contract is to be performed. Okay. Now, unilateral mistake is not allowed as defense in avoiding contract. Means the contract is to be performed. But in certain cases, consent is given by a party under an error or mistake which is so fundamental as it goes to the root of the agreement, and the agreement becomes void. We will make it clear. Unilateral mistakes, the general rule is that the agreement, the contract is valid. The contract will be performed. Okay. Bilateral mistakes are there relating to matter of fact. The agreement is void. Unilateral mistake is there relating to matter of fact. The agreement is valid. Not voidable means it is valid. The agreement is to be performed. Now we are going to see certain exceptions where there is a unilateral mistake. but the agreement is void. Void, therefore it need not be performed. Okay, now there are two exceptions here where the agreement becomes void. The first is mistake as to identity of the person contracted with. I have done unilateral mistake. I am under mistaken belief that you are somebody else, and only because of that I enter into an agreement with you. Afterwards I come to know that you are not that person. I am having the full right to cancel that agreement, because law also itself says that such an agreement is void. Okay. Now one famous case is there, Kandi versus Lindsay. Blankran had ordered certain goods from Lindsay, and he has signed, his name is Blankran, and his signature is in such a way like it looks like Blankiran and Company. And this Lindsay believes that Blankiran and Company is a famous company. So he agrees to the contract. And afterwards he comes to know that this order is being placed by Blankiran, not Blankiran. He can cancel the contract. The contract is void. The agreement is void. We can't say contract is void. We will say agreement is void, because it is, when contract is there, it is enforceable in law, and when it is void, it is not enforceable. Therefore we will say as agreement is void. We say like that only, agreements are void. Okay. Now here this Blankran and Blankiran, this mistake was one-sided. Only one person was under mistaken belief. There was no fraud here, but the mistake was to the identity of the person, because if initially only the person would have known that he is Blankran, not Blankiran, then maybe he would not have entered into the contract. Therefore, when mistake as to identity of the person contracted with takes place, it is a unilateral mistake and that agreement is void. Okay, this is the first exception. The second exception is mistake as to the nature of contract. Means the person feels that this contract is of such a type. Means this is a power of attorney, but actually it is gift deed. He feels. Here there is no coercion, no undue influence, nothing is there. We have to first consider that in a topic of mistake, in a topic of unilateral mistake, there is no coercion, no undue influence, no fraud, no misrepresentation. It is just an erroneous belief of the parties, either both the parties or either one of the party. Here we are discussing about one party. Therefore, if one person is under mistake as to the nature of contract, then also the agreement is void. The contract is not enforceable. It is stated like mind of the signer does not go with the signature. And here the other person is not telling that okay, this is power of attorney. He had just kept all the papers before him. He reads it and he himself considers that this is a gift deed or this is a power of attorney. Means if the agreement is power of attorney, he feels it is a gift. He signs it because it is a gift. Actually it is not. That is his own mistake. Or you can take just opposite also, that the papers have been kept before, actually they are power of attorney. He feels it is a gift. He feels, he understands, alone he understands. The other person is not doing anything. The other person is not having any intention to deceive and all. He has placed the papers before him. So it is his mistake to understand the contract. Okay. Therefore, such an agreement here will be void. One case is there, Foster versus Mackinnon. A person who is of a poor sight, he endorses a bill of exchange thinking it was a guarantee. He feels it is a guarantee, but actually it is not a guarantee, it is a bill of exchange. Therefore, his mind is with guarantee, but actually the agreement or the contract is bill of exchange. Therefore, his mind is not with the signature. Therefore, this agreement is altogether void, not enforceable. We'll revise. Unilateral mistake cannot be taken as a defense to avoid the contract. means the contract is to be performed. But if such a unilateral mistake goes to identity of the person contracted with or the nature of the contract, then in these two cases, two exceptional cases, the agreement is void. Okay. Here we complete the topic free consent. Okay. Bye bye. See you in the next video.